Hey everyone, my name is Olga and welcome back to my channel, and today we are gonna try some new products from Beauty Bay, including this beautiful new palette that is called Dark Lights. You're gonna see in total 4 looks because I wanted to try all shades from this palette, and as well I took new jelly sticks from Beauty Bay and we are gonna try them as well. We are gonna start from swatches of this beauty and then you'll see looks with wear test. So take a seat and let's go. First look, and today I wanna draw. At least that's the plan, and I wanna try dark blue shades if we talk about matte shadows, and I don't know about shimmers. At least I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking of trying at least some dark blue shades, and I wanna have something light in the middle or closer to the inner corner. I don't know. Still, I haven't decided, but I know that I wanna draw something kind of lifted lines here and kind of something loner here. Oh, and it's nice mirror. I've just noticed it. Maybe I will use this one. Or I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna create a base using an eyeliner. This one is from Inika. By the way, it's a nice soft eyeliner, but I think that it's kind of pricey. It's from a beauty box or I don't know, something like this. So we are gonna create a base first of all, and we are gonna start from the main wing, and I will have one more here line. Wing, line, line, and probably, no, I want to have something kind of lifted, so want to have probably line here. Let's go. Let's go, let's start. And starting from the main one, it's going to be kind of long. So for now, drawing my first basic line, creating a base for my wing. I want to have something probably thick, or yeah, let's do like this. Filling in. My second line is gonna be here, connecting. One more line. Probably no, don't wanna have it more kind of lifted, or wanna have something here but from the other side. Okay, let's do I like it or I don't? Not sure. Let's keep it like this. Anyway, I'm gonna have an inner line here. Let's set everything, and let's start from the darkest shade. Gonna apply it fully over the lines. Starting from the main one. Haven't applied next to the primer here. We'll add it in the center. So just simply applying over the lines, because I used an eyeliner, a pencil that doesn't dry down. It's a waxy liner. If I don't set it, it can easily move and disappear. Now let's try something slightly lighter. I'm gonna use dark blue, one more dark blue. This one contains a little bit of purple. This one is just simply dark blue. I'm gonna use a small brush from AliExpress. And I like this line, and I don't really want to touch them, but we should try at least some shades. So adding it right here, kind of blending the edges a little bit, and adding a bit of the, oh, actually fine. And I can blend these two guys together, at least it seems to me. So adding this line, I will keep as it is, but I will use light blue right here. At least that's the plan. Blending edges carefully. And it's doable actually. Quite soft shades. Let's add this beauty, and I will add it right here. It's not gonna be that easy, but I will do it. I will start from a flat brush because I have to, I'm doing a smaller one, because I have to push this shade right here in the middle between these lines. So carefully adding. Of course, you can keep everything as it is, but I should try shades today. We are testing, so I should try as much as I can to try shimmers, and I do wonder from which one I should start. Let's today, as it was planned at the beginning, I will try to use dark shades, because we still should try them. So I'm starting from the darkest one. Not the greatest idea to use it here. It wasn't the best idea ever, but okay. Adding a little bit right here and kind of moving the shade and blending it with the previous one. No, it wasn't the greatest idea. Damn it! Okay. Now let's try this one. Oh, way too much, way too much. It's creamy. So I grabbed way too much. Oh, the shade is called VIP. Funny. Adding it as a transition shade here. Oh, it's so beautiful. And now we are gonna add more sparkles. More sparkles. Let's try that, this beauty. And it's gonna be our star. Okay, that's doable. And I need something light closer to the inner corner. It's required. Beautiful, but not perfect for this look. Whatever. And now let's have something light closer to the inner corner, and let's try this shade. Oh. Okay. Hope that I won't have any fallout, but okay. Taking off extra just in case. Immediately adding it right here. A little bit too much. Back to the previous shade and kind of mixing these two guys together. And actually, in the inner corner, let's have a matte one. Light matte shade. This should be better, but I have some shimmers right here, so taking off them immediately. Now let's add this light beauty closer to the inner corner. Well, in the inner corner. And a little bit on my lower lid. Okay, adding it here. I'm thinking what we should add on the lower lid, and I'm not really kind of sure about it. Maybe nothing. Okay, let's add a bit of this light shade. I will add an inner line here. Maybe I will continue this line a little bit here. And it might be that's it. Because I don't really want to, you know, use lots of stuff here and there. It's like a little bit too much already. So most likely. Okay, let's draw an inner line. And I want to have something kind of long here. I'm back to the darkest matte shade I used today. and applying it over. Adding the shade as well right here a little bit. Adding black eyeliner near the lash line right here, pushing it between the lashes. In the waterline, adding blue, dark blue. It's Gosh shade Crazy Blue. Back to dark matte shade I used today, adding it a little bit more closer to the outer corner and kind of blending my blue using the shade Finished Look. And of course, I'm wearing false lashes today. And on my lips, I'm wearing these 3 products, 2 lip liners. At the beginning, I applied a lip liner, not this one, this one from Essence in shade 10. And then in the middle and a little bit over, I have applied a lip liner from Luxe Visage, makeup brand from Belarus in shade 603. And over, I've applied this mini from Givenchy in shade 2. It's a nice lip gloss, but I don't really think that it makes sense to pay 40 euro for a lip gloss. I mean, it's like a little bit too much. My impressions. First of all, I like what I have currently on my eyes. And I like I like everything. I like matte eyeshadows and I like metallics. Today I tried 4 matte eyeshadows and actually 4 shimmers. That's okay, that's great, nice result. And metallics are quite creamy, so be careful, because if you grab way too much, of course some pieces they can easily fall off. So then grab a lot. And if you compare, for instance, these 2 shades to this one is a little bit more kind of dusty. And this shade, if you grab way too much, it falls off partially. And it's not that easy to remove these shimmers. Unfortunately, I had an issue and I have quite many shimmers right here, especially on this eye. I forgot to take off extra. I forgot about it. And it was my mistake. Talking about matte eyeshadows, they are quite pigmented. You can layer them and they look wonderful, I think. And these 2 guys, you can blend them easily. Of course, we are gonna try them one more time, most likely, because we don't really have that many matte eyeshadows here. So we'll try to blend them more. Metallics are... This one looks so beautiful, and this one looks so beautiful. Beautiful. If you like something dark blue, I think that this palette is kind of nice. Great. Now I'm going to show you eye look closely, and we'll see each other in the evening. I have my makeup on today around 9 hours, and let's check everything out. And I forgot to use a primer on this side, so yeah, I haven't used the primer at all. And eyeshadows, they creased, metallic shades, of course, on both sides. Matte shades, they look perfectly, no issues at all. Metallics, they look beautiful, but yes, they creased, as I already told you. Talking about fallout, I don't really have that many pieces in my under eye area. I think that I have some glitter since the beginning, since I applied eyeshadows, but that's it more or less. So I would say that they look quite okay, and I'm quite happy with what I have currently and today in my eyes. Second look, and today I want to try slightly silver with gray story, and I want to try these 3 matte eyeshadows, and I want to have something lighter in the middle. And today we're gonna start from the beginning. I was asked how I do my, these white lines. Not really white, I use light eyeshadows for doing it, and currently I'm using this shade. This one, it's a palette from a makeup brand that is from Russia, and I just simply like this shade because it's a little bit pinkish, and I like wearing it in the inner corner as well. And the thing is that when you do this trick, your eye look would look more or less equal, because at the beginning you can, realize how your final look would look like. Whether if you want to have something more lifted, you can draw one thing. If you want to have something more horizontal, you can draw another thing. And, it's easier to control what you are doing and when you should stop blending. And you should have less issues and no need to clean up. after all. And yeah, ideally, if we talk about eye look, you should do simultaneously both eyes, but as I film long and short content simultaneously, still my eyes, they may not look that, you know, equal, because when I draw this part, and this eye I use for filming short content tutorials, and I can't really see everything when I film it. That's the issue. But as you're not gonna do it, as you're not gonna film two eyes differently, you can simultaneously apply eyeshadows. So for instance, if you start from the darkest shade, use it on both eyes simultaneously, and it's gonna be easier, and your final look should be, you know, more or less equal. Okay, I need a flat brush. If you start your eye look from eyes, you can use a foundation or a concealer, and I normally prefer starting from face makeup, well, because I like when my face is more or less done, kind of. Today I want to have something more lifted, first of all. Second thing, I want to have a bit more space. So let's say that I want to have something like this, doing exactly the same on the other eye, more or less equal. And let's go, guys. And we are gonna start from the darkest shade for today, from this one. Or no, let's start from the gray one. This one I will use closer to the lash lines, I think so. And this one I'm gonna use for as a crease shade. On this side, I'm not gonna use any eyeshadow primers as usual, starting from gray, taking off extra, a bit dusty but not badly, and adding the shade closer to the outer corner until the crease. Nice gray shade. Blending edges a little bit, moving slightly up and out. Quite pigmented shade. And adding the shade closer to the inner corner, of course, using a small brush. Now I need a big fluffy brush, and I'm moving to the shade I'm gonna use as a crease shade, taking off extra just in case for not having fallout, and blending and moving this beauty a little bit out. Beautiful shade, it's cool tone pink, and it's clearly visible that it has purpleness as an undertone and a bit of gray. Blending these guys together, moving out. And let's try this shade. It's a kind of a dark brown. Not the greatest choice here, but okay. I would prefer having more black, but you know what? It doesn't contain that much brown. Fine, keeping. Adding near the lash line and blending the shade into the previous shade. So I'm kind of adding extra definition, but I still want to see my gray shade. Back to the previous shade, of course, and blending guys together. I like the quality. Quite easy to blend these shades together. Doing the same thing here. Back to gray, adding gray in the inner corner and adding it to the lower lid. And as well adding the shade closer to the outer corner. Back to my dark shade, adding it closer to the outer corner. For now, a little bit, because anyway, I will add black pencil in my waterline. Now let's try some shimmers, and let's start from this beautiful black. It's a little bit too dark for this look, but we have to try it. I want to check out whether, you know, these shimmers are visible or they aren't. They are. Okay. Adding closer to the outer corner, closer to the inner corner, of course. Fine, changing aside. Now we should move to something lighter. Grabbing gray. Okay, great. Can be easily applied with a brush, that's great. It's kind of crucial for me. I don't like using fingers for applying products. It looks even a little bit green. Oh, So it's kind of gray with green. Damn, it looks beautiful. By the way, as an option, we can probably even use this shade in the middle. But I'm not gonna do it. I will try this shade next time. And now let's try the lighter shade. And adding it in the middle. Taking off extra, way too much. And leftovers applying above the crease. So I'm adding just simply glitters. Because this shade, it's not a topper, it's just a nice metallic with a base. And I don't want to have it above my crease. Blending everything together. I realized that it seems to me that I should film 4 looks using this palette because I can't try all shimmers within 3 looks. Adding black pencil, pushing it between the lashes and moving to the lower lid, adding it closer to the outer corner here and inner corner. And of course, blending. I want to add something purple on my lower lid, and at least we are gonna try some purple shades. And as a base, I'm gonna use I'm using a pencil from Trend It Up. It's a little bit lilac. I'm applying it right here in the middle, and over I will apply shimmers, and as well adding it right here in the gap. Now we should try something purple. Maybe I can do only 3 looks. Starting from the darkest one, you can apply it with a brush. It's more metallic and it's not that glittery as some other shades. Looks like a kind of a basic metallic. Yeah, and it's quite dark. Might be used as a transition shade. So applying it closer to the outer parts. And in the middle, I have something here, taking off extra. And in the middle, adding this one. Looks like a basic metallic as well, but it looks more complicated than this one. And definitely it's lighter than the other one. Adding right here. Trees shade 100. I think that it discontinued. It has some glitters, so I'm kind of applying it a little bit over. And it's time to make this line less visible, so I'm taking off extra. Finished look. And I'm wearing false lashes. And yeah, with this look, it's quite required to have them. On my lips, I have only these 2 products, a lip liner from Mr. East shade 780 and a lip gloss from Fenty Beauty Fussy. And on my face, I don't like my face makeup today, sorry. It's like, you know, it's that day when you don't like your face makeup and it means that you immediately don't like your full makeup. I like my eyes, but others I don't like. So on my face, I'm still trying to get used to this product from Catrice, and I used it quite for a while and it's visible. And you know, when you layer it, it looks way too red. If you apply just a little bit, it looks fine. So for daily looks, it may work, but if you want to do a kind of a bright, a dark look, more something glam, no, and kind of almost give up. As well as a blush, wearing this product from Catrice, and as a highlighter, Kiki Milana Gold Reflections shade 1, beautiful highlighter. And guys, my thoughts. My eyeshadows are great. I didn't think that I would like them, because if we talk about matte eyeshadows from Beauty Bay, quite often they are quite dry and it's not that easy to blend them together. You still can do a beautiful, bright, nice, dark look, colorful look, but sometimes you have to do some tricks. But today it was easy. It was easy, quite easy to work with them and quite easy to blend this, guys. And that's great, guys. That's great. Metallics. I tried today 5 new metallics, talking about these purple shades. They are okay. Basic metallics, nothing special. They don't have extra glitters, but they look quite okay and it's quite easy to work with these metallics. Talking about, oops. Damn. Okay, sorry. Back to this metallic. It's quite beautiful and it's glittery, and when you apply these glitters they don't fall off, at least I haven't noticed it right now. The shade is kind of interesting and tricky. It's a kind of a mix of silver, gray silver with dark green, interesting shade, and I think that you can combine it with these guys. This one, it's basic but it's beautiful. I haven't tried 4 metallics. I will do my best for trying them next time. I am not quite sure what I will do, but okay, we are gonna have 3 looks in total. For now, I like this palette and it's quite okay. Metallics are beautiful and creamy and soft. Now I'm gonna show you I look closely and we'll see each other in the evening. I have my makeup on today around 9 hours, and let's check everything out. On this side I used an eyeshadow primer, on this side I haven't used an eyeshadow primer, and you know, both sides they look great, except that I have some shimmers right here, so shimmers, glitters, they can easily fall off. It doesn't look bad, but yes, I do have shimmers here, especially on this side. On this side I have more, on this side I have clearly less. Matte eyeshadows, I would say that they still look as bright as they were, so seems quite okay. Today we're gonna start from face look, and I want to try this palette, and I will try it today and tomorrow while filming the last look. So it's gonna be quite interesting. Currently, I'm wearing on my skin this foundation from Sephora, Best Skin Ever shade 10, and I haven't used it for ages. And it doesn't look that perfectly on my skin, but I haven't told you about it. Let's pretend that it looks beautiful. So, guys, here we have a contouring shade. It's a little bit questionable. It should work in my case because it's a little bit olive, but if you have light skin, pale skin, cool undertone, so something I would say more pinkish, this shade wouldn't work in your case. Talking about bronzers, they are way too orange. They look way too orange. Here we have some concealers. I will use a mix of these two probably. Thank you. Grabbing a bit of this one and a bit of this one. And I'm gonna use these two for covering my purpleness, and I need something peachy. Not pink, not way too orange. I need something peachy, and I know about it. So let's take a look. Quite nice shade for me. But I should warn you that these products, they are creamy, but they don't dry down. It means that you should set them with a powder. Adding a little bit more coverage. I would say that it's more between average and high. You can layer this product a little bit, and actually that's okay. We'll blend it. In my under eye area, I use the mix of these two concealers, Benefit shade Nectarine and Laura Mercier shade 1N. And if you notice that something is peeling on my face, don't pay attention to it. Actually, I think that it's a mix of these two guys. And I noticed that if you use way too much product, way too much of this one, and as soon as you apply a foundation peels over it. That's life. Let's try a contour. Sorry, my neighbors are doing something there. So I hope that it's not gonna be that you won't be able to hear it, at least partially. But we'll see. Nice shade. In my case, it's a nice shade. In case of warmer undertones, it's a nice shade. In case of cool undertones, no. Actually, in case of cooler undertones, you can use it as a bronzer. Shade is nice. Like the texture, it's creamy enough and soft enough. Pigmentation it's more average. Bronzer, they are way too orange. they are way too orange, but anyway, we will try. Grabbing this one. Hope that it will work, but I don't really think so. Okay. It's too orange. It's way too orange. It doesn't look bad right now. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. But as I'm gonna have a quite bright look and dark look, most likely, it's, if I keep it as it is, it's not gonna be enough, and my face look is not gonna be balanced. Blush. Let's mix these two guys together, and as a result we are gonna have something slightly dewy. I like such shades. It's peach with a bit of pink. Texture actually is more or less the same. Nice, quite fresh, pigmentation, average. Of course you can apply more, but I don't really think that currently I need more. Most likely I will layer when my eye look is done, but for now I don't need more. Let's try this highlighter, and I need a new brush. Grabbing a bit, it's a little more champagne. Let's check it out. Quite beautiful shade, but if you have pale skin, it may appear a little bit too warm in your case. Oops, applied too much here, sorry. Sometimes it happens. It looks quite okay, especially for some daily looks. But if you prefer wearing something bright, you wanna like it. But because for you it's gonna be not really enough. And by the way, the shade contains extra glitters, golden glitters. Eye makeup, and today I have to try Green Story. And I wanna try, and I have to try this beautiful shade. It's gonna be our start for today, and I was kind of not sure which matte eyeshadows to use, because, well, we can use a bit of blue, but it means that in this case we will have to use a transition shade between matte shadows and between green shades. Of course it is an option, or actually, you know what, I will use this shade as a base and this one as a topper. It makes sense, and it may actually work, because I want to check out whether these guys are, you know, blendable enough, because I tried these guys. They are perfect, but these two, I haven't tried whether they are blendable. Let's go. It's gonna be our plan, and I'm gonna use all the space that I can today. So the look is gonna be quite bright. Let's start from the darkest shade. Ready, steady, go. And starting from the outer corner, adding this beauty in the outer part and creating my base. And I want to have a bit kind of yeah, I will keep it like this. So I will move my shades more to diagonal, then instead of moving them up. We'll see how it goes. At least that's the plan. Let's go. Now I want to check this one. I'm gonna use it as a kind of a transition shade. So using it for blending right here. Maybe it's not the greatest idea, but that's okay. Now I need a big fluffy brush and this beauty. Carefully blending and mixing. Here I applied too much. Oh, it was a mistake, but that's okay. It was a mistake. Getting the shade closer to the inner corner and blending. It's clearly not gonna be my favorite look, and look at this too. Yes, you can try to mix them a little bit. That's true, but they are not perfectly blended together. ideally you should kind of apply one over the other, and you shouldn't mix them directly, because otherwise it looks a little bit creepy and not that perfect. Okay, don't pay attention to this part because I don't have a bit of skin here, and I always have an issue right here and right here a bit. But if we take a look on other parts, well, it's visible that, you know, they're a little bit right. Let's have a transition blue shade, and let's have this one as a transition. Adding it right here. It's flaky and it falls off. Okay. Now let's add this one. It's a kind of a duochrome, at least based on swatches. Now we will check it out. Adding it in the center. Also to the inner corner, adding this one. Yeah, this one is more kind of golden. This one is a mix of the one that I used in the middle, a mix of green and blue. That's why I added it in the center. So it doesn't look bad. No. That's okay, fine. And as an extra over, adding this beauty. This shade is stunning. It looks more like a, and as an extra, as a topper, adding this beauty. It looks more like a topper. In the inner corner, adding the lighter shade from the palette. I'm gonna add this one on the lower lid, and I will add bright blue in my waterline today. Near the lash line, adding black pencil essence. In the waterline, adding bright blue from Gosh. And in the center, adding Wet n Wild. It was a limited edition shade. I don't know. It's slightly blue. Finished look. And I can't really tell you that I'm that happy with what I have currently on my eyes, but I would say that it's my miss. On my lips, currently I'm wearing these two products from Kiko Milana, Street Hurts Shade Free, and a limited edition Snow Kissed Holiday Mini. It was a part of an advent calendar. Talking about face makeup, of course I layered this beauty because my eyes were brighter than my face, and we should balance. Everything should be balanced, so that's why I layered. And actually this palette is quite good. And I like, unexpectedly, I like this bronzer. I still think that it's a little bit too orange for me, but if I don't use a lot, actually it looks quite okay. But this palette wouldn't work in case you have pale skin. Pale skin, light skin, cool undertone. Not really, because all these three shades, first of all, these two bronzers are way too warm and orange, and second thing, they contain a bit of olive. So it may not work in case of pale skin. In case of warm undertone, actually it should work as well, and in case of neutral undertone. And it's quite easy to work with this texture. It might be applied over powder. No issues at all. It looks perfect. I don't like my face makeup today. These two guys, they don't work together. And this area, right now it looks horrible in person. It annoys me when my face makeup is not good enough. It annoys me way too badly. Back to this beauty. So as I told you, it was my mistake today, and I haven't checked out whether, I would say, these two guys might be easily blended. You can do it. You can do it, and you can check it out while swatching. Not everything, of course. And the thing is that this shade contains way too much blue. And if you mix it with this one, this blue, it appears more visible and it looks more like light blue. It doesn't look the way we see this shade in the pan. Now it looks lighter, and more kind of blue. So this shade doesn't contain enough pink for blending it with this one. And it's a mistake, and I did it, and now we know it. That's okay. That's okay. This shade is perfect, and you can easily mix it with this one. This one contains enough pink. I said that this one doesn't contain enough blue. What? This one doesn't contain enough pink for blending it with this one. Whatever, I will add some notes while editing. Yeah, okay, sorry. This one is nice. Actually, this shade is blendable and it's quite easy to work with it. But this shade instead is way too tricky. And ideally, you should layer it over something. Because if you try, and as soon as you try to blend this shade with some other shades, it's not that easy. And, you know, shades, they look separately. It's not that easy to mix them. Ideally, layer. Actually, it's an expected thing from Beauty Bay, but I hope I hope that we wouldn't have this issue right now. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We can handle it. We can live with it. And quite many and quite often colorful eyeshadows from Beauty Bay, they have this issue. We just simply should know it and we should take it into account. Metallics are perfect. They are beautiful. This shade is stunning and it looks more like a topper. Of course, you can apply it as it is. Of course, you can. But you know what? It looks great as it is as a topper. It contains extra blue, light blue glitters, and it's nice. It's nice. These metallics are also quite great. Now I'm going to show you eye look closely and pay attention to this area. And you're going to see that this area is not perfectly blended. Today I have my makeup on around 12 hours and let's check everything out. We are gonna start from face makeup. All products are still here, but I'm not quite sure about the highlighter. I can barely see it. It's still partially visible, but it's not that bright anymore. And you know, talking about the blush, it looks and it seems to me that it's getting kind of more peachy, and this pinkish undertone, it disappears a little bit. Eye makeup, everything looks actually quite good. Eyeshadows started to crease a little bit right here, but I would say that it's nothing. I don't have any glitters in my under eye area, and my eyeshadows are still quite bright. Final look, and we start from swatches. From Jelly eyeshadow sticks, I will try to combine at least 2 shades, and I won't be able to wear my look today alone as I'm filming quite late. I didn't have a chance to film in the morning before starting my work, so yeah, that's life. That's life. By the way, I decided to wear this palette one more time, and today as a blush I simply used this shade, and that's it actually. I don't think that I can wear this shade because this bronzer is way too, I would say, yellow, so it wouldn't work in my case. Starting from shade Foman, and this one is a mix of pink and golden glitters. Reminds me of Essence shade 1, but Essence is more pinkish. And this one, well, actually, yeah. Glitters are not that small if you compare it to Essence shade 1, but you know what? It looks kind of similar. And this shade, it seems to me that it shifts a little bit, but I'm not quite sure that this shift is visible. Okay. Actually, for some basic daily looks, it may work, but I thought that this shade would be kind of brighter. Next shade, Gold Hoops, I suppose. And this one looks more... Oh, this one is stunning. It looks more shimmery and glittery, a mix of silver glitters and a bit of golden glitters. This one reminds me of Kika Milana a little bit. This shade looks simpler. This one, it looks more complicated. And I think that you can easily layer it. And finally, set list. And this one looks more bronzy. No, it's not that bronzy, actually. It's more like golden with silver glitters. And this shade looks quite similar to Kika Milani as well. It's not that glittery as the previous one, but it's more glittery than some others. You know, limited edition from Catrice, Whole Glazing. If we combine this shade with the Essence shade, I would say 3, we would have something similar, most likely. We're gonna do today quite basic look because we still have one product to try. It's mascara, volume mascara, and I will draw wings using this eyeshadow palette. We're gonna use this shade as a crease shade, so anyway my look is gonna be quite cool tone. And you know what, let's try. I want to use this shade in the waterline, so let's draw wings using this beauty, and as an extra we'll add this shade. Sounds like a plan. Of course, I will do something kind of simple, way too simple, starting from a crease shade from this one and adding the shade in my crease. We have one light shade, that's nice. And I will use just simply jelly eyeshadow sticks today, so already steady go. This shade is quite tricky as it is, and if you have warmer undertone, be careful with it, because this shade, you know, it looks a little bit too purple and it may appear as if you have dark circles, and if you have dark circles, be careful, because this shade can kind of exaggerate them. In the inner corner, adding the lighter shade from this palette. And what's left on my brush, moving to the upper part and to the lower part. Now it's time to try some glitters. We are gonna start from a basic one. Which one? Coma. And as an extra, we will add others. This one is just simply a base. I should warn you about such products, about such textures, that sometimes we can see, you know, some flakes, some pieces. It's expected because of this texture, and don't be afraid of it. That's okay, that's fully normal. And as an option, you can use a brush for applying such products. Adding something more cool tone in the center. Let's draw a wing starting from this shade, and I want to have something more lifted today. Filling in. Adding black near the lash line, Essence shade 1. Pushing the shade between the lashes. Time to add some extra and adding this dark beauty near the lash line, first of all, right here. And kind of blending the shade into the previous shade. Adding bright blue, Gosh shade Crazy Blue, shade 8. It's quite required to layer the shade, because if you apply a thin layer, it doesn't look that pigmented, but you can layer it. And as an option, actually, let's go adding a bit of this shade near the lash line, right here. And let's try this mascara. Oh, this one is quite big. Okay. It's silicone. And actually it separates quite well. I'm impressed. I thought that it would be worse. Sorry, I mean, but that's true. I've never tried any mascaras from Beauty Bay, so currently I'm impressed. It gives volume, it separates well, but it doesn't look, you know, spiky and clumpy. So that's why I'm impressed. If you need something, if you need volume, but at the same time you need something natural looking, actually it's quite nice. But if you want to have, I don't know, if you want to have this spider spiky effect, not really. This one looks more natural, but it looks beautiful actually. Finished look. And currently I'm wearing on my lips these 3 products. A lip liner from from Luxusage. It's a makeup brand from Belarus in shade 603. A lip gloss from Kika Milana, a limited edition advent calendar, and a lipstick from Yves Rocher in shade 111. And I like these jelly sticks. They look beautiful and they took shades out of 3. They remind me of new jelly sticks from Kika Milana. They are bright enough and they are glittery enough. But if we compare them to Kika Milana, Kika has more complicated shades and more, I would say, unique shades. Here, for instance, if we talk about shade Foma, you can use the similar shade from Essence. It's not gonna be that bright, but still as an option you can try it, and it costs even less than this product. Still, I like these eyeshadows, they look beautiful. Mascara, it looks great. It looks currently great. I hope that it won't transfer and it won't fall off, but we'll check it out. I will wear my makeup today probably around 5-6 hours, not more than that. And we will check it out. Eyeshadows are okay, and if you wanna blend and if you wanna do a blue look using these eyeshadows, you should use these 2 guys. These 2 shades, they work together. You can blend them together. But these 2 guys, we tried them yesterday. It's not that easy to blend them together. So that's why it's better to mix these 2, just in case, for you to know. And as an option, you can blend this shade using this one. Actually, we can quickly check it out whether it's doable or no, just in case. Grabbing a bit of this one and a bit of this one and trying to blend them. Well, actually it's okay. Maybe still not that perfect. Ideally I would prefer kind of layering, not mixing. Yeah, it's better to layer them, not to mix. Still okay, now we know. We'll show you eye look closely and we'll see each other a little bit later. I have my makeup on today around 6 hours, and let's check everything out. On this side I used an eyeshadow primer and everything looks quite good, and on this side I haven't used an eyeshadow primer, but still everything looks kind of good. Eyeshadows, they didn't crease. Talking about mascara, I have some pieces. Just small dots here and here. Not that many, but yes, it can fall off. And that's a little bit sad. That's a little bit sad. But at least it didn't transfer. Time to discuss in our first beauty for today, Mini Make Face Palette. Here we have 12 shades. This product is made in China, as actually other products we tried. Actually, this palette is quite nice and I like the texture. All products are more or less the same. Actually, I forgot that we have a powder here. Guys, we have a powder, a white powder here. It feels okay, but it can emphasize texture a little bit, and if you apply a lot, it's gonna be visible. It's gonna be quite visible on skin. I'm not really a big fan of all shades from this palette because I think that it's way too warm. And if you have cool undertone or neutral undertone, if you have very pale skin, this palette is not for you immediately. We have some concealers here. We have contour, 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and a highlighter. If you have light skin, cool undertone, and pale skin, you probably will use only these products, or probably as an option you're gonna use these 3 shades, but I'm not quite sure. This palette is more for neutral, warm undertones and for light skin tone. If you have pale skin, honestly, I can't really suggest you this palette. Let's start from concealers. They're actually quite okay. They are quite pigmented. Pigmentation is between average and high. You can layer them. These products, all products, they don't dry down. You have to set them with a powder. It's required to set them with a powder, otherwise they won't be that long lasting unless you have dry prone skin. But if you don't set concealers, they will definitely move and they will definitely crease, and it's expected because of the texture. Quite easy to blend, quite easy to work with, and shades are quite nice. Of course, you can mix your own shade here. In my case, I need something peachy, so I mixed these 2 guys. They worked perfectly for me. And actually these concealers are quite okay. Moving to this side, we have 2 blushes here with different finishes. This one is slightly satin, this one is fully matte. Again, if you don't set these beauties with the powder, and if you have oily prone skin, it's immediately no, this product will disappear way too fast in your case. Even in case of normal skin, this product can disappear. It's quite easy to blend all these shades. They don't destroy products applied before, and they are not that pigmented. Pigmentation is between low and average, and you can actually layer these products and you can mix them together. Highlighter is not for cool tone skin because it's a little bit warm and it contains as an extra golden glitters. It looks beautiful, it doesn't emphasize skin texture, it looks great for daily looks. Perfect. A contouring shade is not for everyone. Again, it's a mix of olive with a bit of gray and brown. And honestly, on camera, it looked more olive than in person. In person, it doesn't look that olive. I don't know why. I don't know why. Beautiful shade, and if you have olive undertone, the shade is actually quite good. And it's not that easy to find a similar shade. But at the same time, it looks a little bit warm for some reasons. I don't know why. At least on camera, it seems so. Talking about these bronzers, this one is okay. This one is more, well, it's not really that okay. It's too orange, being honest. It's a little bit too orange, a mix of orange with a bit of olive. And if you layer it, it looks more orange. And it's like not the greatest shade. In some cases it may work, of course, in some cases, in most of the cases, it won't work. That's the thing, as the shade is way too orange and it doesn't contain red at all. If you want to do something for daily looks, and if you have light skin, neutral, warm undertones, if you apply just a little bit, it may work, but still might be a bit too orange. This shade is like orange, nothing to add. I mean, I don't really know why they did these shades. So, I mean, they look quite similar, and I don't know why they're that warm. Blushes, of course, they are warm, and fun fact, that blushes, when you apply them on skin, they look more like a mix of peach and pink, but the more you wear them, the more they are getting more peach. So they're getting warmer somehow. I'm not really sure that you need this palette. Honestly, I expected more. Yes, you can use some shades, but not all shades. And it really depends on your skin undertone whether you can use this palette or no. Personally, I thought that this palette would be more neutral. Eye makeup, and let's start from this mascara. Actually, it's quite okay. It's made in Italy, by the way. Interesting. I like the wand. It's silicone and its product separates so well. This mascara works, and it works quite well, and it gives nice volume. But if you prefer drama, if you like drama, this product is not for you. If you need something to curl your lashes, this product is not for you, because this mascara curls, but just a little bit. And it works and it looks beautiful, especially when you just apply it. But some pieces, unfortunately, they fall off while wearing. It doesn't fall off badly, no, but some pieces they can. So in some cases it may work, in some cases it may not really work the way you expect. Currently, it seems quite okay. It seems quite okay, and I like the result. It looks beautiful on lashes. I hope that it doesn't transfer. At least when I did a test, it didn't transfer. But I hope that it doesn't transfer when it's hot outside. And currently I can't really test it. Our next beauty eyeshadow sticks, and I'm checking where they are made in. They are made in China. I like them. They are great, they are beautiful, they are glittery. 3 shades are available and they look stunning. All shades look stunning. When I tried for first time shade Forma, you know, I thought that it was like, nothing special. But when I started to edit this video, I noticed that this shade, it shifts. And it's visible that it shifts, and it shifts from a light pink to light golden. And for some daily looks, the shade is stunning. This texture is not new to us. We've seen it already. And I have quite many similar products. And I don't really think that you should pay a lot for this formula, because nowadays you can save a little bit. And almost all these jelly sticks are made in China, actually. Kika is the only exception, and these sticks are made in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. It looks beautiful. It feels okay on skin. Some glitters, they can fall off a little bit, but not badly. Yes, this product can crease a bit if you have hooded eyes, deep eyes, but normally this product shouldn't crease. It's quite easy to work with it. It's quite easy to apply it, but be careful, because it may appear slightly flaky, and if you twist a lot and if you try to apply this product and if you put some pressure, you can easily break this texture. And if you see some flakes, some pieces, try to apply this product with a brush. It's not related to Beauty Bay. It's related to all such sticks. They have this issue, and you just simply have to take it into account. You don't have time for blending. You don't have time for blending. You should carefully apply this product immediately. And it's beautiful. It's quite beautiful, and I like all these shades. Of course, this product reminds me of Kika Milana, Catrice Essence, and Elf. Elf recently released a similar texture. I bought 2 shades. I will try them tomorrow, so a review is going to be published more or less soon. I hope so. And the thing is that they look almost the same. We just simply have different shades, and some shades are more glittery, some shades are less glittery. And if we talk about shades Set List and Gold Hoops, I hope that I pronounced it correctly, these two, they are way too close to Kika Milana. Kika Milana sticks, they are, you know, they are the most complicated. The shades are most complicated and most, I would say, glittery. Essence, Catrice, they look okay, but they look simpler, I would say, and less glittery. But these guys, they are way too close to Kika, and honestly, I think that you can save a bit. Eyeshadow palette, and this beauty is made in China, as other eyeshadow palettes from Beauty Bay. I have quite many limited palettes, 6 in total, and actually I have more. I have some mini palettes from Beauty Bay as well. These eyeshadow palettes from Beauty Bay, they are quite stable, I would say. Here we have in total 4, 5, 20 shades, and we have one single refill weighs 1.4 grams. Actually, that's quite a lot. These eyeshadow palettes are made in China. We know about it, and they are good. They are good for their money. Normally, they cost less than 20 euro. It depends on a specific palette, but normally they cost less. Plus, you can easily buy them on sales. Easily. Yes, they are limited, but you have time for buying. And this eyeshadow palette, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a little bit too dark. And I still think that it's a little bit too dark, but if you want to have And if you like wearing cool tone shades, if you like wearing something dark, this palette is lovely and it works quite well. Quality. Same, same as usual. I can't tell you anything more. It's just the same as usual. If we talk about such limited palettes from Beauty by Matte shadows are quite pigmented, but they are. It's not that easy to work with these matte shadows. It's not that easy to blend all shades together, and mainly you can easily blend shades more, I would say, natural looking shades or more simple shades. For instance, this palette from Beauty Bay. If we talk about colorful palettes, colorful shades, dark shades, it's not that easy to blend them together, to mix shades together. You have to be careful while applying these shades, and I had an issue while doing my third look, and it was my mistake that I haven't checked that these two shades, they can't be blendable together. I did a mistake, and now we know. Now we know that's okay. It's okay to do mistakes. It's okay. So, how to work with such matte eyeshadows? You have to layer them. You should apply one shade, and you have to layer one shade over the other. Not mixing, but more layering. And in this case, you shouldn't have any issues with these matte eyeshadows. They are pigmented. When you do swatches, they don't look that pigmented. But when you apply this, this formula is called pressed pigments. They are way too pigmented, but when you do swatches, they appear as if they aren't that pigmented. And it's okay, that's expected. They are not that creamy if we compare them to Anastasia Beverly Hills, to Natasha Denona. It's not that easy to work with these matte eyeshadows as with Natasha Denona, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and so on. But they cost less. They cost less and they are pigmented. And if you like doing colorful looks, grab such palettes. They are great for this money, and they are pigmented enough to do bright, colorful, stunning looks. They are great. But you should just simply take into account, and you should just try. And you'll get used to these eyeshadows. Metallics are stunning as usual. They are creamy, they are beautiful. Some shades are more glittery, some shades are less glittery, some shades more, they look like a mix. And they are stunning. I like these metallics eyeshadows from Beauty Bay, and they are quite pigmented. But as they are way too creamy, some shades might be a little bit flaky, and you have to be careful while applying them, because if some pieces fall off, it's not gonna be that easy to remove these pieces because they stay in place quite well. And yeah, that's the funniest thing related to metallics from Beauty Bay. This palette is lovely from the quality point of view. And let's discuss the shades. White with a bit of yellow, dark purple. It's a kind of a basic metallic shade. It's quite easy to work with it. Might be easily applied with a brush. Actually, all metallics you can easily apply with a brush, using a brush. Or, of course, you can apply them using your fingers. This shade contains a bit of pink glitters, but they are not really that visible when you apply them. This Beauty, it's a kind of a duochrome, and this shade shifts a little bit from golden to green, but this shift, it's not really that visible, especially if you apply a golden shade nearby. The shade as it is quite beautiful and creamy, but it doesn't contain extra glitters. This Beauty is stunning, and you can wear it as a part of a basic daily look. And it's a mix of cool tone pink with light blue glitters. You can wear the shade as a topper. It has a visible base, but it's not really that visible if you compare it to some other metallics. For instance, these shades, of course, they have a visible base, and ideally you can't really, apply them as it is. You have to do kind of some tricks, and you can't apply these shades as toppers, I would say. Beautiful, stunning shades, works great and quite easy to work with it. This Beauty is a mix of dark blue with purple. This shade contains pink. Yes. And it looks more purple. on skin. This beauty, it looks, well, currently on camera it looks quite similar to what you see on skin. Dark pink with purple. And this purple undertone is way too visible on skin. And if you have warm undertone and if you have dark circles, be careful, because otherwise, if you keep it as it is, it may appear as if you have dark circles, actually. So it's these shades, such shades, they are quite tricky. Be careful with them. This beauty, it's more like neutral champagne shade, well, even a little bit cool tone champagne shade, and it's slightly creamy at the same time. Nice shade, by the way. This beauty, I'm impressed. The shade looks stunning. It's dark blue with extra dark blue, purple and silver glitters. It looks so beautiful and stunning. And if you like doing blue or black smoky eyes, this shade is stunning if you apply it on your upper lid. This shade is quite flaky, and be careful with it. It's a mix of silver with a bit of blue, a bit of cool tone champagne glitters. So this shade contains extra glitters, and when I tried it first time, I did a mistake. I grabbed way too much, and of course it fell off. Of course it fell off partially. So take off extra before applying it. This beauty, I thought that it would be more, you know, blue, but no, it's a mix of blue with a bit of purple lilac, I would say, more even lilac. Beautiful and quite interesting shade, I like it. Black with silver, and not only silver, with light golden and light pink and light green glitters. It's an interesting and complicated shade, and you can use it as a transition shade, or you can use it while doing a smoky eyes. For instance, if you like, again, wearing black smoky eyes, I'm talking about a real black smoky eye. It's a beautiful shade, stunning, but be careful because these glitters, they can fall off a little bit. So be careful while applying golden. I would say golden green. We may have yellow golden, we may have neutral golden, we may have red golden. This one is more green golden. Beautiful, nice shade, contains extra golden glitters. Stunning. I thought at the beginning that this shade is more gray, but not really. This shade is a mix of silver, gray, and a bit of dark green. Quite complicated, and I would say even unique shade. It's not that easy to find it, something like this, and it contains extra golden, light golden, sorry, blue and silver glitters. Beautiful shade as well. It looks more like neutral champagne with extra neutral champagne and silver glitters. Like it. It's quite beautiful. This beauty, dark blue with a bit of gray, and it contains extra glitters. Again, purple, blue, dark blue, and a bit of pink. Nice shade. This beauty. I did a mistake with this shade. I thought that it contains a bit of purpleness, so a bit of pink. No, it doesn't. It's more like neutral dark blue. Point. Exclamation mark. You should take it into account that this shade is quite cool tone, and when you blend it, it's getting more blue. It doesn't contain purple or pink. No, that's why you should be careful while blending it with these two shades. You can't really blend it with these two. Otherwise, your final look would look a little bit dirty. Ideally, you should blend this shade with this one. These two, they work okay. They work okay. This beauty, a late, what do we call it? Late mites. Okay, stunning. Stunning. It looks so beautiful and so interesting, but it's quite dark. And again, it might be used as a part of some dark, bright looks, as a part of smoky eyes. Stunning. It has a visible dark purple base, actually as here. But if you apply them side by side, you know, it may appear as if this shade is a little bit darker than this one. But not really. It's more purple, actually, if we compare these two. It contains lots of glitters, lots of extra glitters, silver, purple, and a bit of blue. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Gray. Beautiful gray with a bit of pinkish with a bit of. That's why you can easily blend it with this shade. You can easily combine these two, and it looks beautiful, and the shade is stunning, and it's quite easy to blend it. Actually, these two shades, you can easily blend them. If we compare them, you know, to some other shades, matte shades from this palette, stunning, and it's quite pigmented. Neutral purple, nothing to add. It contains a bit of extra glitters, but you know, they are not visible on skin at all. It contains such small tiny glitters, so they are barely visible. So let's say that it's just simply dark purple pink, more even pink purple. So we have more pink here than blue. And this beauty, I thought that it's more like brown, dark brown, but not really. It's a kind of cool tone brown, cool tone dark brown. That's why it works perfectly with this shade. So you can mix these two guys together and you can wear them together. And in my personal opinion, this palette is nice, but it's not for daily looks. You can't really use it for daily looks. We don't really have that many shades for it. If you like wearing something bright, if you like wearing something dark, if you like more cool tone stories, this palette is yours. It's gorgeous. And actually, I found some shades here that look quite similar to some shades from this palette. Not that many, just two. And the first palette was Wilderness. And here we have a beautiful green, dark, not even dark, light green shade that shifts a little bit from light green to golden, and here we have a similar shade. They are not fully the same. The truth is that they are not fully the same, and this shade looks more it looks even lighter if we compare. And one more shade was from this palette. It was limited edition, I don't know, 2022 or something, Book of Magic. And here we had a shade. This one is called Jinx. It looks quite similar to this shade, but again, they're not fully identical, but in some looks they may look the same. So let me know down below what you think about the products we tried today, we discussed today. Do you like them or no? And are you gonna buy any products or no? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if yes, don't forget to put the thumbs up. And of course, consider subscribing. I wish you a pleasant day, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye!